Imagine a soldier the size of an insect. The ultimate secret weapon.
If you give godlike powers to everyone, it's going to be chaos.
So how do we stop him?
I know a guy.
When you're filming the movie, is there a day or two that you remember, like a memorable moment from filming that like sort of sticks with you and you'll always remember?
I got to shoot a scene with Neil Hamburger. That is, as a huge fan, that was a trip. And I've listened to the Neil Hamburger records for years and years, and so that was really, really fun. I know a lot of people might not know who that is.
There's many, but the very first day when we're sitting in our apartment, and I'm big fan of this guy, big fan of Paul, big fan of everybody who's involved, and I sat down to do the scene, and I knew there was like some comedic tone to it, and I was terrified. And the first joke, they threw me the ball, and everyone in the room, we all just started laughing and having a blast, and it was an amazing feeling.
First day was really emblematic of what a sort of a broad-ranging experience it was. The morning was all motion capture, which was really super fun. You know, it was just I just went through all of the action sequences. We did all the stunts and just all the movements that I do when my character is small, and so that's just a completely abstracted physical motion. They're not even filming my face. And then we had lunch, and then in the afternoon was have you seen it?
I have.
That scene where I show up at Hank Pym's house unannounced.
That was the first day of filming?
Yeah, in that crazy leather jacket. It was just this very quiet, intimate scene with Michael Douglas, and it was sort of stretching your actor muscles in opposite directions, and just very broad and totally physical, and then very subtle, like it could have been in any sort of drama.
Also, Bobby Cannavale is one of my best friends, and we have never worked together.
How much did he pay you to say that?
He paid me nothing. In fact, now I think about it, I don't want to. You could even probably just cut that from this.
I just recently started reading comics. Seth Rogen actually is the one who got me into the comics. He said, you know what, you should read The Preacher, and I was like, oh, cool. And then from that, I went to Marvel, and to read to my kid, and he knew everything about it. So like with this build-up of like how awesome these things are, he's like, don't mess it up. So the first day, I was pretty nervous, and then I remember shooting in the first interior. I was equally as nervous. You try to hide it as best you can, but it just, it's like first week jitters. It always happens with every movie that you do.
I think I was surprised at how effective the father-daughter story would be, and how well it worked with Evangeline and I, and also Paul Rudd and his daughter was a subplot. But I really liked that piece that went along. Beyond that, being 25 years younger in certain scenes, talking to an ant, watching them move the sugar cubes and the things that the magic of movie making. I felt like a little kid in a candy store. I understood why my kids were so excited about me doing this picture. It really was like the magic of films, which I was sort of reminded about, which you kind of lose perspective after doing it for 40 years.
And then there's the fact that I got to work with Michael Douglas. And then when you work with Michael Douglas, there's a thing that happens where the guy's been in so many amazing movies that I would remember them. I'd remember certain ones while we're in the middle of the scene. And I know I'm supposed to be invested in the scene, and he's playing Hank and I'm playing Scott, and we're talking, and most of the time it is like that, and I'm just talking to somebody else. But every once in a while, it's just like China syndrome. Oh my God.
I'm Ant-Man. I know, wasn't my idea.